We shall next discuss pigeonhole principle. It is yet another proof technique. Just like mathematical induction, it is a very powerful proof technique. On the face of it, it looks like principle is very simple, but when you actually apply, you see the power of it. Just like induction, the statement or the way hypothesis to induction looks like it's very simple, but if you look at the case studies, we actually appreciate the power of induction. So very similar to induction, this principle it has got plenty of applications. As when we see the problems, you can appreciate the power of PHP. Principle is rather straightforward. It says there are n plus 1 pigeons. It could be objects and it could be n plus 1 balls. It could be anything. And n pigeonholes or boxes. Principle says then there exists a pigeonhole with at least 2 pigeons. So there exists at least one pigeonhole with at least 2 pigeons. Okay, that's what this says. For example, you take say 6 pigeons and 5 pigeonholes. You can come up with any distribution. So there are 5 pigeonholes. You may place all 6 in the first pigeonhole, and the principle is true. It says there exists a pigeonhole with at least 2. Or you may place 1, 1, 1 and the last one contains 2. It says there exists a pigeonhole containing at least 2. Or you may place 2, 2, 0, 1, 1. You see that in each of this the claim is true. Now one can generalize this. Why not just in place of n plus 1 and some other arbitrary integer and some other arbitrary integer, and it turns out that it works. So given n pigeons and m pigeonholes, we usually have more pigeons, less pigeonholes, so n is strictly more than m. Then the principle says then there exists a pigeonhole with at least 2 pigeons. But this is what even the previous principle was saying, but one can give a stronger statement. There exists a pigeonhole with at least n by m pigeons. For example, you take n is equal to 7 and m is 3. And it says there exists a pigeonhole with at least 7 by 3, which is 3 pigeons. You may come up with the distribution 2, 2, 3, and there exists a pigeonhole with at least 3 pigeons. Or you may come up with 1, 4, 2, there exists a pigeonhole containing at least 3. And that's precisely what the principle is saying. You come up with any distribution. In any distribution, there exists a pigeonhole containing this many pigeons. Now, we will see this and an application of this, how exactly it is applied in problems and all that we will see. There is also a variant, and it's all one and the same, but here is one way of looking at the principle. There are n into r minus 1 plus 1 objects or pigeonholes. So given n into r minus 1 plus 1 pigeonholes or objects which are distributed into n boxes, then pigeonhole principle says, or the principle says, there exists a box containing at least r objects. Okay, so one can also prove this. So suppose each box has at most r minus 1 objects. Claim says there exists at least one box containing at least r objects. We say that is false, which means every box has at most r minus 1. So how many boxes are there? N of them. So total number of objects is less than or equal to n into r minus 1. But we know that it is n into r minus 1 plus 1 objects are there. That's the contradiction. So this is simple for contradiction. So this is a contradiction. So contradiction to the premise that there are how many objects? N into r minus 1 plus 1 objects. Correct? So this shows that claim is true, that there exists a box containing at least r objects. And the way PHP is applied in the context, we may either use this principle or this one, that one has to look at the application and decide which principle should be used to prove the argument. We shall see a couple of case studies now. So this problem says, in any group of 13 people, in any group of 13 people, you find at least 2 with same birth month, meaning 2 of them, or at least 2 of them born on, say, January, at least 2 of them are born on, say, August. So in any group of 13, you see that this one is true. So the first thing in proving claim like this, and suppose you have decided to use PHP, you have to identify what are pigeons and pigeonholes. Then choose which principle out of 3, which principle should be used to complete the argument. So pigeonholes, so what I do, I create 12 pigeonholes which are labeled as Jan, Feb, basically the months. So I've got 12 pigeonholes. And what are pigeons? Pigeons are basically people, P1, P2, so on up to 30. So what I do, the first month is Jan, Feb, so on up to December. I check whether P1, I check the birth month of P1. Suppose it is say August, then P1 is placed here. Then I check P2, say it is February, then you place in this. So for each PI, you check the birth month and place them in respective pigeonholes. Each one is labeled after a month. So now there are 13 of them, but number of pigeonholes is only 12. So n plus 1 pigeons, n pigeonholes by PHP, there exists at least one pigeonhole containing at least 2 pigeons. This implies that there are at least 2 with the same birth month. So what are we doing? You look at each of this. If the birth month of P1 is January, you place it in the pigeonhole labeled January. If it is February, then you place it in that. So look at the label, appropriately place PA. And now there are 13 people and 12 pigeonholes. By PHP, you will find at least one with 2 pigeons. So it may so happen that all of them are born on December, or it may so happen that the first month, January, is filled with 6 and February is filled with 7, you come up with any distribution, you see that this is true. Okay, so the identifying what constitutes pigeon voles, what constitute pigeons, that is the challenge as far as PHP is concerned. The next case study says, in any set of 52 distinct integers, there exist at least two whose sum or difference is divisible by 100. You take a set of 52 distinct integers, you pick any two, and you pick any two, it says you find two of them whose two numbers from this set whose sum or difference is divisible by 100. Suppose you take say 1 to 52 itself, then you see that you have 51 and 49 and their sum is divisible by 100. And so it says it is true for any set of 52 integers. Now we are going to prove this using PHP. Now we have to somehow identify by looking at what is given to us the pigeons, pigeon voles, and the difference is at least 1 between pigeon voles and number of pigeons, so that we can see which principle to use to complete the argument. So that's the challenge. Okay. So listen carefully. So what we will do is, so now I am going to use every information that is given in the question so carefully so that PHP can be brought in to complete the proof. Now I need to somehow use this and come up with a framework or a scheme for pigeon voles and pigeons. Okay. What I do, I know that if I want to bring PHP, number of pigeon voles should be 1 less than this, 51 or 50, at least 1 less. So let me look for a scheme which will give me 51 pigeon voles. So what I do, the first pigeon vole, I label it as 0. So second one, I am labeling it as 1, 99. Third one, I am labeling it as 2, 98. Like that it goes. Then I am labeling something called 49, 51. The next one is 50. So how many pigeon voles are there? 0, 1, 2, 49, 50. So 0 to 50, there are 51 pigeon voles. In the previous example, we have labeled them as January, February, March and so on. Here I am labeling it as 0, 1, 99, 2, 98 and so on. So I am doing it in such a way that the sum is 100. 1 plus 99 is 100. 2 plus 98 is 100. So I am doing it in such a way that their sum is 100. 49 plus 51 is 100. The other two extreme ones, I am just keeping it as such. So in some sense, I am using this information while constructing the pigeon voles. Okay. Now what I do is the following. So you are given 52 integers. So you are given A1, A2, so on up to A52. Okay. So now what I do, take AI and perform A mod 100. So you perform AI mod 100. Suppose, just for example, I am saying, suppose remainder is say 2. If that's the case, what you do, place AI where in the box labeled 2, in box 2 comma 98. There is a box that's labeled 2 comma 98, you place it there. And example again, suppose the remainder is say 51, then where do you place them? So you place AI in box number 49 comma 51. So the reminders will be from 0 to 99, and you see that there is a label corresponding to each of the remainder possible. If the remainder is 0, place them here. Remainder is 1, place them here. Remainder is 51, place them here. 50, place it here. And so like that, if it is 52, 48, 52. And if it is 97, 3 comma 97. So for every possible remainder, there is a box whose label is precisely that. So that's all. Our scheme is over. Now 52 PGNs follow this scheme and place them in appropriate PGN pool and perform AI mod 100, and if the remainder is say 2, place them in this box. If the remainder is 51, you place them here, and every possible remainder is appearing, so 0 to 99 is captured. So each AI is placed in some bag or some box. Now 52 PGNs, 51 PGN holes by PHP, there exists a PGN hole containing at least 2 PGNs. Correct? Now maybe this box contains at least 2, or maybe this box contains at least 2, or maybe this box contains at least 2, this may be 2, so it could be anything. So there is a box containing at least 2. So that contains AI and AJ. Now what all can happen? Remainder of AI is same as remainder of AJ. It may so happen that this box you find A and AJ, for both of them remainder is 1, or for both of them remainder is 99. Correct? So if the remainder is same, or you see that their reminders are different, one of them is 1, the other one is 99. One of them is 2, the other one is 98. You may fall into this case or you may fall into this case. If the remainder is same, then difference for both it is 1. Then you subtract difference A minus AJ is divisible by 100. For one remainder is 1, for the other one remainder is 99. You sum up, you get 100. So AI plus AJ is divisible by 100. Both are here, then difference is divisible by 100. Both are here, difference is divisible by 100. Both are here, if you add them, the sum is divisible by 100. Correct? So it says either sum or difference is divisible by 100. So for each of this, you get to see that if for both remainder is same, AI minus AJ is divisible by 100. Standard scheme. And if they are different, then their sum is divisible by 100. Correct? Now, on the face of it, it looks like this technique cannot be applied. One has to look for a different proof. But some fine tuning and careful look into the parameters specified, you see that PHP is a candidate. And which is what I was telling you in the beginning, for some of the problems we need sophisticated tools so that formulation and subsequently proving would be easy. And so in this, the challenge is to come up with the pigeonholes with the given data. So I have labeled the first one as 0, second one as 199, and keeping the fact that the sum of the labels should be 100 because of this, and I wanted 51 pigeonholes because there are 52 integers. Then for each of them perform AI mod 100 and place them into appropriate pigeonhole. Then you see that by pigeonhole principle there exists a pigeonhole containing at least two pigeons. The remainder could be same, then difference is divisible by 100, and reminders may be different, then their sum is divisible by 100. So on the similar line, we shall see some more examples. So quite powerful technique. The way it is applied, you actually see the real power of it.